Well, that depends on what you mean by the soul. If you're thinking the soul is something non-physical that makes us who we are, then kinda, yeah. But probably not in the way that you think. Because, like, first of all, think of what we are. We are these big lumps of flesh, right? But, like, so much of us isn't us. Like, most of us is just this meat tube that you shove food in one end and stuff comes out the other. And you keep doing that perpetually so that the meat tube doesn't die. None of that is us. None of that is, thinking, our personality. Really, the stuff that's us is all stored within our brain and the nerves that run from it. I mean, sure, there's stuff like, responses that affect our emotion and our gut bacteria, which affect our mental state and stuff like that, but basically, it's all in our nervous system. But it's not 100% physical, because the nervous system can be damaged, and a lot of times, the person can still be saved. And while it sometimes changes the person is still there. The person is not the brain and the nerves either. The person is a chemical and electrical pattern of signals that exists within the brain. The person, for all intents and purposes, are energy patterns swimming around in neurons. You are a biochemical electrical state inside specialized cells. And if you could take a snapshot of that biochemical electrical state, that would be a snapshot of you right now. And if you could somehow transport that to another set of hardware or wetware, if it was biological, then it would be you. It would be another you. And so I think that's the closest thing to a soul that we have. Not the physical stuff, not the electrical stuff, but the actual pattern. Because you could influence the physical, and you could influence the electrical, and that could make people behave in weird ways. But in the end, the pattern is you. And if you alter the pattern drastically, then it's like you're altering the person. So if you think of the soul as sort of like a deep core thing that makes us who we are, then yeah, the pattern that makes you you is a little bit like your soul. I don't necessarily think it's made up of funky ghost matter, and I don't necessarily think that it will go to an afterlife or anything like that. Honestly, I'm a science guy, that's just not my realm of expertise. But I do think there is a non-physical thing, a pattern that makes us us. If you want to call that a soul, cool.